chosen one. There was a prophecy written about you before you were ever born. Not in ancient scrolls, not carved into stone, not hidden in some mystical book. It was written into the fabric of reality itself, encoded in the patterns of your life, hidden inside the challenges you would face, sealed within the trials designed to shape you. Most people go their entire lives without ever activating their prophecy. But your enemies made a fatal mistake. In their arrogance, in their ignorance, they broke the first seal. They triggered your awakening. They set into motion something that cannot be stopped, cannot be reversed, and will inevitably lead to their undoing, while elevating you to heights they cannot even imagine. They thought they attacked a random person. They didn't. They attacked the main character. And in every great story, the hero rises, and those who oppose them become footnotes. Before we go deeper, you need to understand something important. If you are watching this right now, if these words are resonating with your soul, you were meant to hear this. This is not coincidence. This is synchronicity. The algorithm didn't randomly suggest this video. You were guided here because you need to understand what's happening in your life. So do something right now. Hit the like button. Not for me, for you. That simple action signals that you're ready for the truth. It tells the algorithm to send this message to others who need it. Go ahead, do it now. I'll wait. Good. Now let's talk about what makes you fundamentally different from everyone your enemies have ever encountered. 1. The alchemist. You are what ancient traditions would call an alchemist. Not someone who turns literal lead into gold, but someone who can transmute experience into power, poison into medicine, attacks into advantage. Most people are victims of circumstance. Hardship breaks them, criticism crushes them, darkness consumes them. But alchemists operate differently. They understand something most people never learn. Nothing is inherently good or bad. Everything is raw material. Every insult carried energy. Every betrayal carried power. Every attack delivered force. In the hands of a normal person, that energy destroys. In your hands, it transforms. They threw poison at you, and you turned it into wisdom. They hurled toxicity. You turned it into strength. They sent darkness. You converted it into inner light. So powerful, it now blinds them. They thought they were attacking you. They were feeding you, fueling you. They believed they were pouring water on your fire. They were pouring gasoline. Every insult made you more confident. Every betrayal made you wiser. Every attack made you stronger. They kept escalating, confused by one thing. Why aren't you breaking? Because you're not normal. You reverse polarity. You flip the script. You take incoming negativity and send back amplified power. And here's the deeper truth. Alchemy doesn't just transform experiences, it transforms the alchemist. You were melted down, broken apart, reconstructed. Every trial upgraded you, every challenge refined you, every betrayal leveled up your consciousness. That's why you feel different now. That's why old versions of you don't resonate anymore. The fire burned away everything that wasn't authentic. What stands now is the gold that was hidden in the ore. The diamond concealed in carbon, the masterpiece inside the rough stone. They don't recognize you anymore because the person they attacked no longer exists. And they created that transformation. If you're starting to see how you've been transmuting everything into power, drop 77 in the comments. But you're not just an alchemist, you're also a composer. While they thought they were creating chaos, you were composing a symphony. Think about an orchestra. A cymbal crash alone is noise. A drum beat alone is harsh. A violin screech alone is irritating. But in the hands of a master composer, those sounds become breathtaking. Your enemies played harsh notes. Each attack, a cymbal crash. Each betrayal, a drum beat. Each lie, a screeching string. Individually painful, but you You arranged it, you conducted it, you wove it into something magnificent. They were making noise, you were making music. They only heard their instrument. They thought their attack defined the story, but they were just brief moments in a much larger masterpiece. Great composers don't avoid dissonance, they use it. Tension makes resolution powerful. Contrast makes beauty shine brighter. Your enemies didn't ruin your story. They created the contrast that makes your victory unforgettable. Your life is building toward a crescendo, and when people step back and look at the full composition, they won't remember the harsh sounds, they'll remember the symphony. If you can hear that symphony forming in your life, hit the like button again, because it's happening. There's another layer. They thought they eclipsed you, they tried to block your light. In a solar eclipse, it looks like the sun has been defeated, but the sun isn't weaker, it's still burning at full intensity. The darkness is just positioning, temporary alignment. Your enemies positioned themselves between you and the world. For a moment, some people believed the illusion, but it was never permanent. And here's the truth about eclipses. When the shadow passes, the light feels even brighter, more appreciated, more valued. They thought they were dimming you. They were staging your dramatic re-entrance. And something else happens during an eclipse. The sun's corona, normally invisible, becomes visible. When they blocked your direct light, they revealed hidden layers of your power, depths of character, dimensions of strength, aspects of you people had never seen. They tried to hide you, they unveiled you, they tried to diminish you, they amplified you, and now the eclipse is ending. The illusion is dissolving. Your light is blazing back, stronger than ever. But you're not just an alchemist, not just a composer, not just a sun emerging from eclipse. You are the tide. The ocean doesn't argue. It doesn't defend itself. It doesn't react emotionally. It moves according to universal law. Your enemies are like people standing on the beach, drawing lines in the sand and yelling at the ocean to stop. For a moment, when the tide is out, they think they've won. They celebrate, they build sandcastles, they declare victory. But anyone with wisdom knows what happens next. The tide always returns. You withdrew for a season. They thought it was retreat. It wasn't. It was gathering force, building momentum, preparing for the inevitable rise. And now, you're coming back in, wave by wave, inch by inch, relentless, unstoppable. The tide doesn't attack, it simply rises. And anything built on sand dissolves naturally. You're not threatening, you're not announcing, you're simply reclaiming your space. And everyone who positioned themselves in your path, they're starting to feel the water around their ankles. Universal law is restoring balance, and nothing can stop it. 5. The author. Here's the poetic irony. They think they wrote your downfall. They think they're the authors. They're not. They're characters in your story. Every hero needs opposition. Hercules had trials. David had Goliath. Every great protagonist had antagonists. Without opposition, there's no legend. They provided the conflict that makes your victory meaningful. But here's what they don't understand. In every story, the hero is remembered. The villain is remembered only in relation to the hero. They think they're the main character, they're plot devices, supporting roles. Years from now, when your story is told, there'll be brief mentions, obstacles you overcame, chapters you outgrew. They will only be remembered because of who you became. 6. The prophecy. Remember the prophecy. Prophecies don't unfold despite opposition, they unfold through it. The script was already written, the destination was already set. Your enemies weren't choosing to attack you. They were fulfilling their role. They were the necessary difficulty, the required resistance. Without them, the prophecy couldn't activate. Without their darkness, your light couldn't blaze this bright. They weren't your destroyers, they were your refiners, unwitting participants in your destiny. And now, the prophecy is reaching its climax. The alchemist has completed the transmutation, the composer has arranged the symphony, the eclipse has passed, the tide has returned, the author has written the story. All that's left is for you to step fully into who you've become. No more doubting, no more shrinking, no more questioning your worth. You were chosen before you were born, prepared through every trial, refined by every challenge, and now it's time to walk in it. Outro. If something inside you just activated, if you feel that shift, if you recognize yourself in this message, that's not emotion, that's remembrance. You're not a victim of random attacks. You're the hero of a prophesied journey, and the awakening has already begun. Now take action, hit the like button to amplify this frequency. Subscribe to this channel so you stay connected to these truths. Drop 77 in the comments to signal that you accept your role, that you claim your prophecy, and share this message with someone who needs to remember who they are, because together we rise. Together we fulfill what was written, and together we show the world what happens when chosen ones finally wake up.